My radical act of welcome is providing the existing Glasgow community with a way to extend that warm Scottish welcome to the forcibly displaced community arriving in the city. We do that in providing welcome packs for people, but what makes those welcome packs special is that each one contains a personal, handwritten, usually welcome letter from somebody who's a bit more familiar with the city. The welcome packs also have essential items in them like toiletries, hat, scarf and gloves, umbrellas in Glasgow, and then they have Scottish items like Iron Brew and Tunnocks tea cakes because we love to stereotype ourselves, but most importantly they have that welcome letter that passes on whatever message somebody wants to extend to someone else arriving in the city. They range from a very short welcome, lots of them say welcome home, a personal favourite, one that says welcome to Glasgow, I like pineapples, what do you like? From a girl called Beth. We also make sure that each welcome pack has a stamped addressed envelope in it so that the recipient can write back to us, and we've had beautiful letters back. A personal favourite in that respect is one that says, I am from Libya, I now live in Glasgow, I like Glasgow, I do not like weather.
I was asked to be one of Refugee Action's welcome groups, so I said yes and had got some friends together. We wanted to let them know that we care, and we wanted to be there for them and to help them through a really difficult time, a difficult transition time. We didn't want them to feel lonely or isolated, and now we're helping them to learn English, supporting them to drive, we're helping them to get into work and have English practice, and we're going to put classes on for them. Anything we can do, we're fluid and we care.
My kind deed has been to invite the refugee women new to our community into my home. This was to help them make new friends and to informally practice their English language. It's developed into a project of sewing and stitching. We've been given lots of donations from other people in the wider community, sewing machines, materials, and as a group this is one of the things that we've made together. We've got many things that we'd like to do in the future as projects, and we hope this little group will continue to run in the future.
My act of welcome was to organise bikes for Syrian refugees arriving in Shropshire. Used bikes were donated by members of the public, repaired by volunteers or local bike shops working for free, and it's an ongoing project, so children who outgrow their bike can bring it back to us and trade it in for the next size up. Why did I want to do it? Because they're fellow human beings fleeing a violent and frightening situation. Through no fault of their own, they've had to start a new life in a new country, starting from scratch with no resources, and I'm lucky enough to have been born in that safe place where they've relocated.
السلام عليكم. عشت معهم وكنت لهم الصدر الدافئ الذي يتلقى همومهم ومشاكلهم ومطالبهم. أما الدور الثاني الذي قمت به هو مساعدة الأولاد عند الالتحاق في المدارس الإنجليزية، فقد واكبتهم في يومهم الدراسي لزرع الثقة والطمأنينة في قلوبهم وإبعاد شعور الخوف والقلق عند مواجهة أناس لا يتكلمون لغتهم. وقد كنت سندا للأهل لتعريفهم في النظام التعليمي في المدارس الإنجليزية، وعملت كحلقة وصل بين الأهل والمدرسة لإيجاد أفضل الطرق لتعليم هؤلاء الأولاد اللغة الإنجليزية. أنا كريمان، أنا الأخت الكبرى لهم.
My radical act of welcome is to ask you to open the borders, but open your hearts too. I stand here for Abdullah and Ali, Mohammed and Waleed, Tahira, Samira, Rana, Sana, Zara and Rima, lost and found, now beautiful dreamers. They carry the weight of their dreams and the ones you don't see, because too many are lost under the land and under the sea. Yeah, there are doctors and lawyers and teachers and scientists under the land and under the sea, bus drivers and nurses, artists and geniuses, and people who just make a great cup of tea. So open the borders and let's start anew. Open your hearts too. Lend your heart, lend a hand. Smile, say how are you, talk about the weather in the supermarket queue. Take this seat beside them, not further back, because a stranger is a friend, you just don't know. Help them carry the lost ones, and who knows what you'll find. A stranger is a friend, you just don't know, yet. Or, as we say in Scotland, we're all be somewhere.
My radical act of welcome is to set up a community group called the Melting Potluck, and we create bi-monthly events where refugees, asylum seekers and the local community can come together, share food from all around the world and just try to create a shared sense of community. Galway. So it's been a wonderful experience. I've learned so much about myself, about the different cultures that are coming here, and I think we can only gain from doing this. I think welcoming different people into our community not just helps the people who are welcoming, but it also helps us.
And what I'd like to show you is a talking tablecloth, which just demonstrates how people are welcoming refugees in Leicester. We decided to make talking tablecloths for a project, and it just really fitted for this issue because at the time Alan Kurdi had just washed up on the beach and there was a lot of discussion about refugees in the country. We wanted refugees coming to Leicester to feel welcome, and this cloth is just a tablecloth from a second-hand shop, and it allowed people to come and ask us what we were doing so we could talk to people about the whole issue about refugees coming and why we felt we needed to say that we were welcome. It also showed refugees who came to England and came to Leicester that there are people who, despite the media, are welcoming them here. As you can see, there's people from all over the place, different languages, who've come to add their voice to the fact that people are welcome in Leicester, people who have come as refugees.
And my radical act of welcome is Overland Oversea, an anthology of poetry from 5 leagues that's raised over £3,000 so far for refugee charities. We did a crowdfunder to raise the funds to cover printing and distribution costs before we printed, so all the cover price goes to the charities. It has enabled poets to share stories and counter the portrayal of refugees in mainstream media, as well as raise funds.
I author and co-author and make books for children refugees. All profits are donated to charities supporting children refugees. My first book, Goodbye Emma, was written more than 2 years ago, and now we have more than 20 books. Our latest project, Wildfire for Coventry Refugee Centre. We donate all our profits. We also donate books to various countries and various charities connected to refugees. Our books have been going to United States, Canada, Turkey, Iraq, Greece, Germany, pretty much any country that's been welcoming refugees for the past 2 years.
About 2 years ago, I started working in a safe house for women that have been humanly trafficked into the UK. One of my first jobs was to ask whether I could make up like a little box of toiletries from the store cupboard. I went into the store cupboard and I was looking through these items that have been donated, and a lot of the items some have been used, a lot so old, they were congealed, and I just thought, my goodness, haven't these girls gone through enough? And I went away and I thought, what could I do to help these girls, to welcome them into the safe house? I sort of asked our local community whether they would donate some toiletries, and we put them into a wicker basket, covered them with cellophane, and put a ribbon on and a little welcome ticket at the bottom of the wicker basket, and it's written in all different languages. And then we wrote a little card to welcome the girls in, which I'll just read to you now. It says all the cards have been handmade, and it just says, "Dear Beautiful, I just wanted to write a note to encourage you as you start a new beginning in your life. You are a very special lady with many amazing gifts and talents. You have an inner strength that has kept you going and will keep you going into the good times and your future. Never give up on yourself. You are beautiful, you're clever, you're smart, and loved by the people who help you. And it is possible to have hope and good dreams again."